Hello, everyone. Welcome to Conversations, Conversations, and Conversations again. I'm Kamaljeet, your host, and we are talking to Sukhdeep Pandher today. The purpose is to understand our connection with our own self, to see beyond what is in the peripheral field, you know, looking at diverse people, what is happening, and realize that we can make a change, transform our situation. Where is the difference? May not really matter. Is there a realm of understanding beyond religion? What can truly empower us here on planet Earth? Let's hear from Sukhdeep related to her experiences and her spiritual growth and, her relationship with her own self. What lessons have been there in life for her. Hello, Sukhdeep ji, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Lovely to meet you. And we are talking about spirituality today in conversations. And I know that you have had a beautiful past and lovely experiences in this field of growth. And we need to reset our lives, with our inner selves, define ourselves with our own internal personal true self. So tell me, to understand you better even for our viewers so that they can connect to you and they understand your perspective and your experiences. Please do share about your story and what you do and how you got interested in knowing yourself.
Yes, Kamalji ji, thank you for having me. Definitely, I will share my personal experiences. Hopefully, somebody can get inspired and connect to spirituality through our conversation here. I'll go back. I in India, I was born in Punjab, and I went to regular, how they say, government schools um, in the beginning. And I started English in grade six, actually. That's how I used to be there. Um, then I came to Canada in 93 when I was about 20 years old. Um, you can easily guess how old I am now. I came here, and when I talk about spirituality, I want to go back to my the elementary school. You know, somehow one of our teachers, I was probably in grade two, um, when we're meeting in the morning, in the morning prayer, she goes, we're Sikhs, we should do some part and we should do, some reading or connect somebody to Guru Sahib. And I was like, um, nobody has told me that until that time. And at my house, nobody was religious. Nobody was going to Gurdwara or anything like that. I haven't seen. Um, so since then, I think she put the seed in there. And I came home and I started. We did have Gutka Sahib, and then I started reading Rara Sahib, and then it was so long for me because I was in grade two, and how much can I read in even in Punjabi? And I went to my mom. I said, I can't read this. She goes, that was one lesson I learned from her. She goes, no, just put a check mark there and then start from there tomorrow. You don't have to finish the whole thing. That relieved me. But I wanted to say this story because that's where I think the seed was put in my heart, and I kept going after that. Or God, it's God's grace. Um, he kept me with him. We used to sit in little chats with the in the elementary school still, and one of my friends, she would read a story of those Sufi saints, or even in Sanatan Dharma they have Bhagat Namdev and Bhakt Kabir. She would come with this story, and every day we would just sort of go around her, and then, hey, what's the new story? What's the new story? So we would listen to her. I think that's where the seed was put in. And then I came here, and then I started my career, went to school. I for the viewers, I work for government, federal government, and I've been through the same struggles when a new immigrant, comes to a new country, and you start working, you have your family, you're studying, like everything I was doing, and now I sort of look back and think, if somebody tells me this now, I wouldn't be able to do all that, but whatever I was doing. Um, so that kept going, but I think the seed was still there, and every day I would still do connect. I would say not meditation, but I would at least devote some time to it. Um, I think my answer is pretty long, but I'm just giving you some overview.
Yeah, that's a good one because it's good to have a background and to have a perspective where you come from. And for the viewers who do not know much about the terms what Sukhdeep just mentioned about, Sikhs are a very prominent religious group from India. The background is India. It's a spiritual group, and the other terms like Rehra Sahib and Gutka Sahib are the sacred, very, very, very sacred books and elements of Sikhism, tenets of Sikhism. So she was very close to Sikhism. She was born and raised as a Sikh, and is a Sikh, and has delved beyond that into spirituality. And spirituality is so vast, Sukhdeep. This is what I have come to understand, that it is, I was born a Sikh, and I've gone beyond religion. I feel that we have to understand life beyond, because something that connects us all. It is a
Definitely.
realm of, it is a very pious, very humbling realm, where we connect to some source and that relieves us all. So tell me a little bit more. What do you call spiritual? Do you consider it as a part of religion? Like for me, I just gave you my view.
Right. Um, I think spirituality comes out of the religion. They're different religions. They have different way of connecting to the same one. We're connecting all to one. Religion, some people cannot be, maybe can be sort of mingled in the rituals and stuff. But really, even in Sikhism, they get baptized. They're like, yeah, I'm Sikh. But no, that's the starting point. Um, Spirituality is, as it sort of symbolizes, it's a learning of the spirit. It's connecting with the spirit, and that is much beyond this body, I believe. Because at the beginning, like everybody was doing regular prayers, and after a while, coming here, with God's grace, I connected to, or God gave me that opportunity to meet some um, saints, I would call them, who were connected to God, and then who you could clearly see, once you see them, that they're actually God in their heart already. So I would say saints. I'm talking in a very plain English language, so that everybody can understand. Um, but spirituality is connecting from inside,
Yeah.
and connecting. We're different, but we're inside one, and we are all one. That's how I see it. That's spirituality. In Sikhism, we say Manas ki jaat sab ek hai pehchanbo. So that is, the whole humanity is just one caste.
Yeah. So that means humanity is one. What, you
Yes,
read a verse
in
from
Punjabi. Yes,
sacred text, very sacred to all of us. And yes, I do agree with you that, we are all one. Basically, we are all one as one humanity. So, tell me, often spirituality, mindfulness, and meditation get quite intermingled. Do you think that spirituality is all about only meditation?
no, I personally don't see that way. Mindfulness I think spirituality is more, and it's deeper. It's a very deep knowledge of the spirit than mindfulness. Mindfulness is you're basically sitting here and then your mindfulness of your breath. You know, it's coming, it's going, and then you're working at something 100% focused. Um, it's part of it. It's part of the spirituality. The more focused, the more mindful you are, you're closer to the awareness. That's how I see it.
Yeah, and meditation is how would you understand or explain meditation for your own self? Like what exactly, um, I mean, people talk about meditation in many different ways. The one is sitting with yourself, closing your eyes, sitting in a position and focusing on your inner self, or on an object or an altar or an object of worship. Some people say doing your work itself is meditation, doing whatever is meditation. What is it? What does it mean for you?
For me, meditation is I can sit in the kirtan and listen to the hymns for our viewers. Kirtan is in we're in Sikhism, we're singing the praises of God. That's called kirtan. Um, I love to sit in that, and also chanting. I do yoga as well. So yoga is actually focusing the mind, and then I think meditation. I can do yoga, and at the same time, I can be doing meditation. Listening to kirtan, I can be doing meditation. Wherever I can sit and connect to my own heart. I can go within. That's my meditation. And there are different ways of doing it. And sometimes, and that is actually grace of God, I personally believe. That we're trying, but it's because of His blessing that we get connected deep down. That's purely His blessing, His grace.
Yes, absolutely. Generally what commonly, like I would say in this Western side of the world, mainly I would say that mindfulness is very commonly used, and it covers a lot. It covers a lot, and for
Yes.
in layman's terms, it is again connected to spirituality, maybe meditation and shamanic healing, and sitting with yourself or in a circle, and then praying together. It covers a lot of areas of spiritual sacred practices, and it is also used by counselors, you know
Yes,
in,
yeah,
in
mindfulness. Don't take me like it's mindfulness is a stepping stone, I would say,
yeah,
to
exactly.
the spirituality and the connection, because even if you have if you're stressed, if you're out of your breath, you have anxiety, you have depression, mindfulness is you're actually coming back to your breath. Come back to your breath. It actually relieves you. You can do exercise. That's mindfulness as well, because at that time you're just focusing on the exercise. People watch games, right? And then you're focused on that. That's mindfulness. So it is a stepping stone to the spirituality. Sorry, I just wanted to add a few more things there.
Yes, yes, it helps in calming down your nerves, and like you said, with breathing is a very important component,
Yes,
to
reading a
maintain
book.
yourself. Yeah, focusing on breathing. So, what experiences, if you want to share, did you have that defined or helped you to move beyond the borders of confined tenets of religion, like beyond the normal norms of religion?
I was very strict actually in the religion at the beginning. When I came here, I saw the diversity at workplace. I saw the diversity at in college. Then I started to think everybody is different, but yet we're connected. We're same humans. We have same. We're built from the same materials, basically. Um, so what changed me is that my family, my husband played a big role, sort of moving me from that rigid, tight boundaries and then look around. Um, with God's grace, I met a few blessed people, I would say saints, and in their company, I realized the love of God. Maybe it was there inside me before too. It was just not on the surface. Maybe I still had to go through some experiences of life. Um, so I realized the love of God, that is unconditional love. Um, I can share this one experience that I had. I didn't know what much of the chakra system in the body is. But I personally think that one day my heart chakra was open and I was feeling love for everyone, whoever comes my way. I was feeling so much love. So that was a snapshot, I think, that, um, you know, God wanted to show me that there is something more. Um, and yet we do have our, family life, work life, and then we have to sort of keep a balance there. But that ignited something inside me that, okay, I think that's what I would probably say. That's the spirituality, start of the spirituality in me, beyond from religion. Um, and then I can connect with anybody from different cultures, different countries. And then I do feel compassion for everyone.
Yeah, so can you explain a little bit more about the saint that you were talking about? You just mentioned that you met a saint and that you felt, you had a good, unique experience in their company,
They were,
presence.
yes, they were visiting from UK, and they had a program on the radio, and my husband heard it, and he goes, "You should go." I'm like, "No, I'm not going." He goes, "No, you should go. Let's just check it out." And so he's the one who inspired me to go there. So I attended 5 day sessions with them, um, and the learning I got from it was, yes, we do lots of stuff for our body. We do lots of stuff for our mental. Like we have our careers, we go to schools, colleges, but we don't do much for our spirit. That's the point where actually we should be doing something for our spirit as well. The inside, we're not this body, we're the energy that is inside of this body. That's what the deep down I felt at that time. But I didn't understand at that time. Now I'm understanding more and more.
Yeah, so
Wow.
was it like a discourse or, or a meditative gathering, or was it like singing, reciting of hymns or some prayers, or what was it like?
It was singing, reciting, and then some discussion, some guidance in a group. Yes.
Okay, okay. That must have been beautiful. Was that your first
Nice.
experience in the company of a saint or a spiritual leader
Yes.
of that kind? Okay, yeah. So, coming back to the understanding of spirituality, I know that at workplace also, especially in Canada now, mainly globally, I think we are all talking about diversity and intercultural conversations and understanding. Um, we want to go beyond barriers of ethnicity, go to overcome racist views and things like that. So do you think the understanding of spirituality can help in working with diverse cultures and ethnicities, perhaps even resolve racism in this side of the world, which is becoming huge no matter how, I mean,
Yes.
I know for Canada, there is a lot of work going on in diversity and inclusion. There's so much of work, and yet we see that it seems to be growing on the side somewhere in a very, in a very subtle way.
Definitely. No, that's a very good point. I think racism is here. It's not that we experience racism with different cultures, different background, or people from different countries, but also within our same, um, we're Sikh. So within the same Sikh community, I see, or even at home too, we have generation, we have older people, and we have the people who are of our own age. Even we discriminate. I personally see that's our day-to-day practice. But yes, I think spirituality helps in a big way where you don't see them or the differences. You focus on the similarities between each of you. We look at the similarity that everyone is made of the same material, basically. You're inside, everyone has the soul, the spirit, and we're connected at that level. Um, I think I'm fortunate that I work with federal government, and there's a lot of activities going on at workplace, how to against racism, with how to deal with diversity, or how diversity can enhance growth at work, and even at home, even with communities, and how inclusion can help that you grow together, and you grow faster, efficient, effectively. Um, Personally, I think to get rid of racism is actually being curious, being aware of the other cultures. And I'm curious. I want to know what other cultures do, how they celebrate their uh, New Year's. And then I remember I had a colleague at work who followed Buddhism, and I always used to talk to him. Okay, how do you meditate? You're standing, walking. So we used to share our ideas, and I'm thinking, I think that's beyond religion. That's beyond the boundaries of races that we have. So yes, spirituality can connect to you and then take you out of the racism realm.
So, just a little bit going off the conversation, like at workplace, I know that we have some presentations and we have seminars and workshops that are being facilitated to encourage, this mindfulness and to overcome this aspect, the dark side of racism. So how do you incorporate all that? Or do you organize any such activities at your workplace, or does somebody else do? I mean, and what kind of workshops they have? What is the content like?
I work for the government, so they have committees. The committees they organize things. Like this month, April is month of Sikh Heritage.
Yeah.
So yes, yeah, we celebrate together. I take part in those committees, and then we organize events, and we recognize. We send the newsletters, and then we display things related to different cultures, and then we have those potluck or some get-togethers to celebrate their special days as well, so that we all feel connected to each other.
Yeah, so is there any coverage, is there anything that is related to even defining spirituality in these sectors of, or in these spaces when you're having a workshop or having a seminar or a group discussion around these topics of racism? I know these are very prominent activities. They have taken a major source of funding also from the government
Yes,
to promote.
yes. I think diversity and inclusion is the main purpose. Not so much on the spiritual side, but from time to time, we do share some yoga practices, breathing exercises. That's from the employee assistant program as well, that every entity or the corporation has. Um, so that is, I think, step towards that. Focusing on your breath, and when you're feeling fragile, how to focus on your breath and come back to yourself. but not so much on the spirituality side. That's personal. I think that becomes personal after some time. Then you don't really share it in the group, or maybe, yeah.
I think a lot needs to be understood in this field because people still overlap spirituality with religion. And if you are talking
Yeah.
about the broader aspect of spiritual practices, then because we are brought up in a particular way, so it automatically seeps in. It's hard to overcome that barrier, that something that has taken roots in our lives. And talking about spirituality is not that easy. It's not an easy conversation in these areas where we are talking about, and I'm very keen to know more about that at a later time. So tell me, how are you helping yourself, in your daily routine to feed your soul?
Yes, that's a very good question. I try to do at least 1 hour meditation each day. Some maybe in the morning too, 5 to 10 minutes, and then maybe an hour in the evening. And then trying to stay connected with the similar mind people. I think we learn and we observe, or our soul gets the inspiration when we get connected in a group. So I joined some group conversations that we have. Um, so we are, I think, the more we're connected, the more we go deep in this knowledge. Spirituality is a process. It's not a destination. So I think it's a process. It's never ending process, and you feel better. You do feel connected. It's hard to explain, but yeah, um, talking to similar minds people, and then going from there.
So, two questions here. One is, what is destination for you, ultimate destination? And the other question is like, what is this daily practice of meditation? Is there something more that you want to share, um, just for information and, for awareness?
Yes, I sorry. Can you repeat the destination
Destination, yeah. What is destination for you? Like,
for me? Okay.
yeah.
Destination in the spirituality for me is basically going beyond this realm. Like after, I know we do believe in karma, reincarnation, and I personally always tell this is my last birth, and then after this, I'm gonna I'm going back to my source. So basically, that's my destination, connecting to the one, merging into one after this life. And I do believe this body, we have different kind of bodies in this body. Um, so we'll maybe explain, or go into deeper some other time into that. How am I feeling? Yes, there's some guided meditation that the group I am part of, and also I sit and I listen to Kirtan, the Sikhism, those praises of God, and I get connected and I listen to them meditation every day. There is a 1 hour live meditation session that I attend.
Yes, I agree with you. Sikh, Kirtan and the hymns and prayers have been very powerful. They have had a lot of influence in my life as well. They bring a lot of calm and, they connect you with your spirit somewhere within. You really need to, even if you don't understand, that's what I could make of, because
Very true.
I
Yeah.
don't understand them fully, but yet you are so deeply engrossed and you get connected with the spirit somewhere deep inside. Yeah, and what about the meditative practices? There's something more that you want to, any
I
teachings
like
that
to
you want to share that have kind of
definitely.
redirected your life, influenced your life?
Definitely. I never heard the Muslim, Nusrat Fateh Ali Khan. I think everybody knows about him.
Yes,
Uh,
lovely. Yes.
yes. So he's got his, they call it Kawali. So it's again, praise of God. I think those are coming, poems are, those are the poems sung by Nusrat, and those poems are coming from the Sufi saints. Sufi saints are very, very close to Sikhism, and then we do have um, Sufi saints writings in our holy book as well. Um, that's another thing. After, like I said, I met those Sufi saints. I started listening to Nusrat more, and um, yeah, I got connected with that as well. So I can sit, listen to the Qawwali, and then sort of forget about the body. My body would be like a rock listening to that. So I don't know what happens, but this is what I feel. And after that, even I feel that I drunk I'm drunk or something, because I do feel the energy is so high.
Okay.
Um, yes.
Yeah, yeah. So tell me, do you struggle to maintain this work life, family life balance with your spiritual practices? Like you said that you devote some time, probably an hour or so, to your meditative practice.
Yeah, sometimes it can be challenging. Like I had my ailing mother-in-law with me, and she was bedridden. Um, it was very challenging because I couldn't sit quietly for those 5 years. But every time there was something, or because she had anxiety, the noise in the house, I know sometimes I used to get irritated, but then that one learning came inside me is that um, this is a test for you. This is a test for you. So I kept growing. I kept growing, and then having my patience level grown to some point. I think it's all God's grace. He helped me. But still, I used to sit for at least 15, 20 minutes, half an hour. Um, but now, work-life balance, I have no issues. I can still devote time. I can sit for an hour and then do my meditation. And sometime even for 5 minutes, if I sit, with God's grace, I feel the connection. And as soon as I get the connection, even then after that, I have to run to my yoga class. So I'm doing my yoga class, but I'm still staying connected with that energy. So no, I think it's easy to do. You can drive, and then you can put something on that you feel connected to, and then you can even meditate, like Buddhist. My colleague said you can do meditation while you're walking, sitting, having tea, eating food. I think we have to sort of get it ingrained in our daily life.
Yes, I definitely agree with you. It has to be, interwoven in our daily life,
Yeah.
moment to moment. It is a part of that thread that cannot be broken. Actually, even if we feel that it is broken, it is not.
Yes. It's not.
This
Yes.
is what I've learned over my, through my little experience. So tell me, have you ever found yourself struggling with anything, or had a challenging situation at work? There was a critical situation with peers or within the family that took an emotional toll on you. And how did you reset and pull yourself out of it, based on your spiritual practices, the elements, using a particular form of, your learning?
No, yeah, this is a very, very good question. I would say the experience I just shared, I was quite stretched mentally, and then I would basically tell myself, you have to, this is your karma. And with the spirituality, I think you come back to your inner side rather than judging outside, rather than judging the people. You're actually judging yourself. And I basically worked on myself to grow compassion in me, and then patience. I think spirituality, connecting to God helped me a lot. Where, that one sentence resonated with me is that everybody's, fight, sort of battling their own battles. Um, and then you give benefit of doubt to people. That's how I see it. And I am, with God's grace from the beginning, I'm a very positive minded person. I think that helped me a lot. Um, I personally don't want to sort of say that here. I don't want people to suffer in their relationship if they're going through a hard relationship or something. But find a way to take care of yourself. Um, Sometimes we take the misery or take the hardships and think we're victims. Uh, but you have to take care of yourself. Nobody from outside is going to come and take care of you. I think that's what helped me grow out of it. Um, all the time, sometimes you cannot just fight other people and win. Sometimes it's good to win your own self, I would say. That's what helped me to reset, to come back to myself. And I think every time there was something, I came out as a improved person, working on myself, I would say.
Yeah, polishing our lives on a daily basis. Each day we reflect and
Yeah.
we change something to improve our lives. Looking into our own, maybe wherever we feel that we have not been able to organize ourselves, our mind. I use the word organize because sometimes we become hard on ourselves, saying that we did this thing that was not wrong, but we need to organize our perspective and then change it, wherever we
Yes.
need to change it. So,
Because
yeah,
things will not go the way you plan, right? There's always going to be challenges. Those challenges, you have to work around it. Sometimes, challenge is there. So, if you go on the sideways or, you change your way, and then maybe you have a better way, reaching your goals, reaching your personal relationships or whatever you have. Sometimes that little patience can go a long way. That's how I see it.
yeah, patience happens when we don't really emotionally get connected, attached to the happening or the event. And
Exactly.
maybe keeping a distance as an observer, maybe it's not, we have to, I think, tell our minds to look at it from a different perspective as an outsider and then scrutinize your own self.
Yes. Scrutinize our own self is that you're right, we're not working from the mind, we're actually working from the heart.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So it's been a great conversation. Have you ever developed any, kind of any training programs to overcome racism and to encourage inclusion of, in a way, diversity? What has been your key strategy if you have done that?
I personally haven't done that actually. Like I said, I just take part in it.
Mhm.
And we have committees at work and at home, and even going for my yoga or any other classes. Um, I think overall, one strategy would be just being aware of the other cultures. Being aware is a big starting point. Um, and just listening, um, being aware, I would say the big thing. Get yourself some knowledge about other cultures, or even some of the challenges they have. The more you know, the more you understand.
Yeah, the more we have to understand each other, it's not only us. Um, we have to understand others and so yeah, that was really nice. So finally, right, you do consider spirituality is, kind of is beyond the confines of religion and, ethnicities also. Perhaps we can't change our ethnicity, but if we consider ourselves human, what do you feel?
Yes, I think spirituality is beyond all those boundaries. Yes, it's hard to break those boundaries, but we basically think every single person from every religion or race or color, they feel, they see, and then they talk like just like you. They feel the feelings just like you. So they're not different than us. So we're all human is all one race on this earth.
Yeah, it's lovely talking to you, Sukhdeep ji, and hopefully we can have another conversation sometimes to delve more into your spiritual practices, what you are following, and what are the teachings that you would like to share with other people so that they can learn from it as well, right?
Yeah, definitely, Kamalji. It was nice to chat with you here. Hopefully, we can inspire someone to get connected to spirituality.
Yes, absolutely. When we are struggling with many emotional upheavals, like life is like a pendulum. Sometimes it's, it's on one side, better side of the life. Sometimes we are at the lower edge. So
Yeah,
to maintain a balance, we definitely need to maintain our, soul connection to find that balance. And I think that's the only place where you can find a balance. And you need to seek that.
definitely agree.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. All right, definitely we will connect sometime soon again. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Kamalji,
Lovely.
and thank you all the viewers. Thanks. Bye bye.